Happy Monday. Welcome into another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 live stream. Welcome to Ontario. No, not the Ontario Northern, but the western side of the United States, Ontario, California. We are taking the MD-11 on a FedEx cargo flight from, well, Ontario to Oakland, San Francisco. Oakland, California, that would be. And I think I'm parked in the UPS land. I think I'm parked in UPS land. Speaking of which, today is MLK Day here in the United States, so happy MLK Day. And, well, you know, here's something crazy. UPS is shut down and on MLK Day, but FedEx is not. Rather weird, isn't it? Rather weird that one of the giant shipping companies that is not federally owned is shut down, but the other is not. Wonder why. I wonder how much revenue FedEx makes then with UPS shut down on this day. Obviously, everything is financially driven. This is a beautiful Oakland, or sorry, Ontario. And of course, this is a beautiful MD-11. Welcome in, P2. Happy Monday. Let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit of the MD-11. I'm having just a blast. Having a blast flying this MD-11. It's so much fun. All right, so over here at the left-hand side, as we usually do, import our flight plan. We're going to go up to the top up here and get the external power on.
Autopilot.
Arm the emergency exit and get that battery lit up as well. Navs 1, 2, and 3 all set up. Go down here and get those lights rolling and get the emergency exit light as well. Back over here to the FB fuel and send the flight plan. And down here, let's go ahead and wait for that for a couple seconds. Let's bring up our overlay. Let's send this over to our TO. Just waiting now for the FMC, which is now available. Click on that guy. Flight in it. And then IRSs. Let's go ahead and get our briefing information from the briefing panel, shall we? And the briefing panel is saying we're cruising up to flight level 340. Temperature is 20. Or sorry, cost index is 20. And we are FedEx 1839. So, FDX 1839. Plop that in there. Cool, over to the next page. We'll go ahead and click the buttons. Let it auto-populate. It's so weird that that one button doesn't always do it right. And then we'll get our takeoff information as well. So, we're going to go and put in 10 for the flaps. Clear this out. 10 for the flaps. We know that's going to be there by default. Over to performance, and we'll see what runway. I'm expecting a 26 left currently, and that is what ATIS is saying as well. Ontario clearance, hello from FedEx 1839 Heavy. We are ready for IFR clearance to Oakland. Welcome in, neighbor in Moorhead. Welcome in, Law Dog. J. Russ, happy Monday to you. J. Russ says, I got the wing control delivery today from FedEx. Yeah, see, if it was UPS, you wouldn't have gotten it. Let's see, 4465.
Departure frequency 134.0. Squawk 4465.
And what do I say? 26 left. We're going to go 26 right now. Sons of guns.
Clear to
All right, let's get that info. Get that info. Good to go. Slope is 1. Temperature, wind is 5. So 1, 5, and 24. 1, 5, and 24.
Squawk 4465. FedEx 1839 Heavy.
That's not right. 5. Okay, 24C. Bam. And then let's throw in our V-speeds. Flexing temperature is 59. And flight plan is going to be Ontario, runway 26 right.
When ready for pushback.
Via the Shushin 5. Corez transition. Insert that guy. We'll swing on down to the bottom here. Arrival into Oakland is 30. I've almost never get the different runways. It's almost always 30. I think like one time. Enzo 4 via the R Good transition. That's in there. Insert that guy. Cool. We'll swing this back over here to, we'll make that over here to take up information. Alright, and then APU is available. Cool. External power is, oh crap. Turn it back on. I didn't turn on the APU. That could be a problem. We just cleared all that. Hopefully that saves. Some planes it does, some planes it doesn't. We'll see if that saves. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Let's see. What we got going on here? Message deleted. What happened there? Oh, Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs. If you do cap, Streamlabs will block all of it. Streamlabs being Streamlabs. Okay, let's see. FMC. Did it save it? Looks like it did. 3, 4. Flight plan. Okay, that's all good. Okay. We're good. Let's see. Lado says, how do you like the MTQ compared to the Bravo? And does anyone here have the AB6? I don't think anyone here has the AB6. But we got 2 people that have the AB9. They absolutely love it. It's the government. They don't like questions. Yeah, right? Exactly. The government hates questions. You do what you say. Emergency power is on. APU is now available, so external power is off. Back over here to services, disconnect. Battery discharging. I think it's because I hit the button. Because APU is available. Alright, APU bleed. Why is this? I'm going to cycle this. Alright, that's cycled now. Still says battery discharging, but I think it's alright still. Alright, let's go and bring up GSX. You need to set the parking brake. You need to request the parking brakes. And let's go ahead and reload the briefing. And we hit the pushback. Ontario ground, FedEx 1839 Heavy, ready for pushback and engine start. Doesn't always seem to want to work right away.
FedEx 1839 Heavy, Ontario ground.
Yeah, I don't know. GSX sometimes just a pain in the butt. Push the button. Let's do this guy.
Approved. Face north.
Anyone else have that problem with GSX where it just doesn't work sometimes? Just thinks about it? Maybe I'll do it. We will ask the questions. So, J. Russ, how are you liking your wind control gear lever? It's something that I was, when WinWing first announced it, of course, I did a video on it, and I was interested in that, obviously in the throttle. But I'm very, very happy. Oh, to answer your question, Law Dog, sorry. I'm very happy with the MTQ. I think it's one of the best purchases that I've made. There are definitely, obviously, going to be some things I miss out of the Bravo. One of which is having the multiple gear levers, or not gear levers, so the axes. So you only have 2 with the MTQ. So, for example, I was flying the Kodiak the other day, and so I couldn't set up a conditioner lever, nothing like that. So that's unfortunate. But because I don't do as much GA stuff, I guess it's not the end of the world, and I can find ways to make it kind of work with some of the axes. Like I can make the spoiler with that plane work. You know, like I could find ways to make it work if I really, really wanted to. But that's definitely something I really do miss. Ricky says, I flew the 717 in 2024 today. Really? The 717? Who makes the 717? Jay says, I have not using it yet. Have to finish layout for my new panel, but it looks great. Nice. It does look really cool. I'm really glad, personally, I'm very, very glad I did not go in the direction of the wind control throttles, because I find, obviously, let's see, we're going to have the nose to the right. Yeah, nose right, tail left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Perfect.
Commencing push.
Because obviously I fly, let's be honest, I fly mostly Boeing, right? And it's a shocker. It's a total shocker. But I mostly fly Boeing planes. And Not that it matters, not that I'm obviously care about the different types of hardware I use, right? Because I fly, you know, the FENIX with the yoke. Not that I care about any of that stuff, but it's just, I don't know. It's nice to just do something that's similar, at least what they do in real life. Not that the Moza really is that similar to like a Boeing. It's more like a fighter stuff, but 5.5 on the trim, or sorry, on the stabilizer. I'm very happy with it. It's one of the better purchases I made. I love my Moza yoke, but I could easily go back and use the Bravo, or sorry, the Alpha if I had to. Because the Alpha is incredible. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the force feedback. And whenever Moza actually figures out the force feedback thing, it's going to be fantastic. But until then, I use it occasionally. I don't use it as often. I do find that if you use it if you use it sporadically, so if you want to use it for departure, use it for departure. If you want to use it for arrival, use it for arrival. But then turn it off. If you turn it off, it seems to work just fine. In terms of like the stutters, they're not there. So those are really the only two phases I really need to use it for, either way.
Please set parking brakes.
So it's not the end of the world.
Unlocking gear.
Jay says, you are using GSX. I like their pushback. Yeah, I do like their pushback, but I don't like that I have to hit it twice sometimes. Most times. I think all of the flights I've done recently with it, I've had to hit it twice to get it to work. I don't know why. It's really weird. Really likes some chase plane. Too bad you didn't do a video on chase plane for us. I did that one. It was shortly after I got it. Shortly after it came out. All right, so
Tow truck disconnected.
flaps looking good.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
The only planes I've flown in the last few days have been the MD-11 and the 738. So I do need to jump back into the iFly at some point. I need to jump into, obviously, the FENIX. But then, like, the EJETs as well. Ontario Ground FedEx 1839 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active. I do like that they changed the little avatar dudes.
FedEx
Every so often.
1839 Heavy, runway 26 right taxi by Yankee 1, Yankee, Whiskey.
Runway
Have a good
26
trip.
right taxi via Yankee 1, Yankee.
Gooby,
Whiskey,
welcome in.
FedEx
Gooby, we are on
1839
multiplayer
Heavy.
if you want to join us. We're just getting ready to take off here from Ontario, California. Alright, so we're going over to 26 right, which is a super easy. I picked this area because I'm lazy and I don't want to taxi very far. And I knew it was cargo, I just didn't know it was UPS cargo. So far, FedEx must be on the other side of the airport. There's like 3 different cargo hubs here, or hangars here at Ontario. It's really weird. Alright, so we're taking Yankee 1 to Yankee to Whiskey. Okay. Now if you just gently here on the turns with the MD-11, all is grand. Just let it kind of slowly turn. Give it a little bit of power. There you go. I was telling someone at work today that where the force feedback I think is very beneficial isn't so much in airliners, and I could be wrong on that, but as a simmer I haven't found that airliners are really that beneficial with force feedback. It's GA stuff, especially in planes, smaller planes like let's say the Kodiak. Very cool, very beneficial in planes like that. That's where I feel I can have more control over the aircraft. I can kind of feel where it is. So I'm gonna turn on force feedback now. I'm gonna turn on the Moza cockpit.
120.6.
Hopefully the stutters aren't terrible, and then I'll turn it off once we. Oh shoot! I forgot to turn on NewSky. Let's see. Hold on. 1839. Ontario ONT. Going into Oakland. The MD. You forgot something. Alright, start the flight. There we go. That's cooking. Ontario Tower, FedEx 1839 Heavy, ready to go, runway 26 right. Welcome in, Master Copy. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you're doing well. How's the weather?
FedEx 1839 Heavy.
I think y'all got hit with some storms really recently, right?
At 5. Art of Dink. Runway 26 right. Cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 26 right.
Runway 26 right. Arnav to Dink. Cleared for takeoff.
So I did 2 flights yesterday after the stream. I ended up watching a movie with my cousin, and then I ended up doing 2 flights. All went really well. I didn't hit 20. Didn't hit 20 flights for the week, which is the first time in a little bit that I haven't hit 20 flights in the week. Throttle going up. Engines are stabilized. Toga, let's go. And winds are ahead of us. Like, don't get me wrong, it does feel nice to have like the vibration in the yoke, but I don't know. I don't really need it as much in airliners. V1, rotate. Gently. Positive rate, gear. Very solid departure out of Ontario. Maybe I'll like keep it on until I start seeing performance issues. We'll try that. Let's go to vertical speed, or FMS speed, nav, and profile.
FedEx 1839 Heavy.
Stabilizer in motion.
Take care.
Spoilers disarmed. Off there.
Contact
I think I'm already
signal
seeing
departure. FedEx
the stutters.
1839 Heavy.
Let's go first flaps. Or only guess there's only one notch of flaps. So flaps up.
SoCal departure. FedEx 1839 Heavy. Good afternoon. 2,300 feet.
FedEx 1839 Heavy, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
17,000.
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet. FedEx 1839
Now, I was reading in the TFDI Discord, and they're sending over an update to the QA. Whoa, Jesus! To the QA team. I bet you that's Kubi. Yep. To the QA team for this plane. So I think we might be seeing an update pretty quickly here. Pretty quickly. Alright, autopilot's engaged. Autopilot engaged. Let's increase the range here. And looking good. Let's see. No stutters, not that I'm noticing yet. Okay, we'll keep Moza on as long as I can here during the flight. Let's see. Kubi's in the A400, is that correct? That's what Lisa was showing me on the screen. Let's see. Jay says, oh, hold on. Master Copy says, yes, sir, it's cold here. 7 inches of snow. Jesus. So we didn't get a lot of snow. We got some flurries. It's a little bit of snow out there. Nothing crazy. An inch maybe less, probably less than that. The biggest thing is cold. It's cold as heck outside. It's, what is it right now? It's 2 degrees outside. But you know what? I'm not complaining. Because on Friday, it's supposed to be like -5. It's going to be 10 degrees colder than today here on Friday. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I have to work. And thankfully, I don't have to work the morning shift, I don't think. So, at least I got a little bit of time to, you know, chillax. Not have to scrape my car off at 7 in the morning. I don't think. I'll have to verify. Let's see. Jay says, yeah, better activate NewSky. Irish is already screaming today about profits going down. I could hear him throwing a fit. Yeah, I've been since I've been flying the 738, we don't have the cargo version of that, or the freighter version, I should say, of that plane in NewSky. So obviously that's costing us. It's not costing us money, but we're not getting as much money by flying the 738. So this This should be a pretty good haul for some cash. I hope. Captain, welcome in. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you're doing well. I gotta get back into NewSky. It's been a few weeks. Same here. I was staying on NewSky while I practiced the MD-11. Yeah, I took it out like right away, right? I think I took it out right away. Let's see. Law says the multiple levers on the Bravo are nice, but looking at an add-on levers for the Bravo, they are very expensive. I do have a set of Airbus from Flight Sim Factory, which are great. Yeah, I think I think that's what P2 has. If you're still here, P2, isn't that the ones you have? Captain says was finally able to set up my MD-11. Took it for a spin just to take off and landing. Have not done an actual flight yet. There's a lot to learn with this plane. It's a fun plane, but it's a lot to learn. It's a lot to learn. But it's been, the hand flying's incredible. The flight physics are really cool. I like the way it just feels in the sky. It looks gorgeous. Look at that. That's a beautiful model. I'm not sure what artwork they need to work on, but apparently they're working on some artwork, and it looks really, really good either way. I like it. I'm very, very happy with this plane. But if I want to get into flying Boeings and want the rest of the Boeing for the Bravo is as much as the MTG or MTQ, I'm thinking, with the Airbus and Boeing levers. Yeah. So I have the Boeing handles. I also have the Airbus handles. I have not tried the Airbus handles. I popped them on there, just kind of tested the detents, and they work really well. I just haven't done an actual flight with them yet. That's something I do want to test at some point. But I don't know if I'll actually jump between handles all the time. The Boeing handles are really, really well made. I like them a lot. I haven't quite got the reversers to work the way I want them to, so honestly, I've kind of given up right now. I'm too lazy to work on them. I got them to work for a little bit, but they're inconsistent. Like sometimes when you pull up on the actual reversers, it doesn't want to engage reverse. And I can't get reverse working in this plane at all. I don't know why. Something going on. I'm trying to hold reverse, toggle hold reverse thingy. That doesn't work in this plane. So I got to figure out something with that. So I use the brakes, stopping the brakes. It's fine. Let's see, Captain says the PAP-3 can be used with the Mobi. Oh, fantastic. Kubi's with the A400. Fantastic. -5. Oh, hell to the nah. Rumpelstiltskin, welcome in. Happy Monday to you. Yeah, it's just cold, windy today. Very cold and windy. But again, not a lot of snow. Like when I went out to my car this morning, I honestly didn't have to brush off the car, because if I would have just drove a little bit, it would have just flew off because it was so light. So it's really light snow that fell last night. So nothing bad, nothing bad. I don't think we have any snow, like major snow dropping, at least this week. But like I said, Friday's supposed to be crappy in terms of temperature. And then Saturday's going to be about the same as today. About the same as today. So that's not too long. So they are doing, it's like the 25th anniversary of something Lord of the Rings. So they're bringing the movies back into the theater. So my wife and I are hoping we can go to the Saturday showing. There's a theater nearby us, hoping to go see the Two Towers. The Two Towers is my favorite version, or favorite movie of Lord of the Rings series. So we're hoping to go see that on Saturday, but I gotta get things figured out for work. If not, I guess we can see him on Wednesday, but I'm hoping not Wednesday, because I don't like the theater we'd have to go to, and it's not gonna be as good. So hoping for Saturday, hoping. Rumpelstiltskin says cold and windy here also. Yeah, I think a lot of the U.S. at least, a lot of the U.S. is just, it's in a cold front. Just a nasty cold front. Alright, so we do have a disco up here, it looks like. So let's go ahead and look on down here, see if we can see it. There it is. Let's go to clear it out. That's perfect. The FMC with this plane is really interesting, that you can just click on clear and click it out and it's gone. Like there's no confirm. Alright, there's the stutters from Moza. Let's go ahead and clear out Moza. And they're gone. Just like that. I offered my services to Moza to Moza Joe, I think that's who it is, in their Discord, and said, if you need anything that I can provide, let me know. I've done plenty of flights with the software, without the software. I can clearly tell you that there is an issue with it. How you fix it, I have no idea. I'm just saying there is an issue. And it's got to be SimConnect, because that's the only thing. Beyondatc in traffic with the Moza software causes stutters. Something's getting clamped down. I don't know what it is. Mobiflight says in Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. Yeah, the cold front. Yeah, I'm assuming you got the same kind of weather as we all kind of do here in the Midwest and the East Coast. Just that colder wind. 'Tis winter. 'Tis winter. I think last year in Illinois, January felt like the coldest month, and then things kind of went back to normal winter, where in your 30s or so, 30s, 40s in February, and continued. But I will say I've been very, very lucky. The 5-ish years we've lived here in Illinois, where there hasn't been a lot of snow. Now this year we did get a lot of snow at the beginning, but it was all gone within like 2 weeks. Like, I mean, all gone. It was crazy. And all we had was, little flurries here and there, but nothing that was crazy. What was it, on Saturday? I think it was Saturday. The roads were pretty crappy. But it was because it was that light. It was a heavier wet snow. So the roads are just kind of rough. But again, nothing crazy. Not like P2. Wicked, welcome in. The shores on Lake Michigan got hit hard with snow and the winds, where I had snow drifts to the hood of my truck. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I can definitely, I could see that, especially, yeah, Lake Michigan there. Because I could see some of the drifts today just going out. But again, it was a lighter snow. But that's crazy. I haven't seen drifts like that since we moved 5 years ago. I haven't seen any drifts like that since. It's crazy. But the difference is, where I lived before, it was so open. There was so much field, so the wind would just brush through everything. It's wild. And here, it's Illinois. It's the Chicagoland area, so there's buildings and all around the area. Now, there's some farmland depending on where you are. Like where we are, there's a lot of farm area where we are, but it's still compacted farmland. So it might be an open area, but then the building's just all around it. Lots of snow on the Michigan coast, really. I don't know. Part of me has always been like, I don't mind the snow. I don't mind the snow if I don't have to go in the snow. But I don't mind the cold. The cold I can take. I grew up with cold most of my life. In bitter, just awful cold. I remember it was so cold where I was working at the time, where they sent us home early to make sure we can get home safe. Because it was that cold out. I was blown away. I was like, this is regular cold. But it was so cold that it was freezing lines in cars. So they sent us home. I was like, Jesus, folks. Captain, thank you for the 5 gifted membership. Wicked got one. Welcome in, welcome, Wicked, and congratulations. Carlos got one. Storm, Toby, and Loudy, all courtesy of the incredible Captain with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much for that, Captain. Guess I better stick with Airbus so I don't need Moza force feedback. They'll get it figured out eventually. Now that they at least know, well, they're aware of a potential issue, let's see if they're actually going to research it. This is going to be a big test for Moza. How much do they care about us as a community providing feedback? I think it's going to be a very big test for Moza.
Angeles Center.
They make great hardware.
1839 heavy.
Is their
Good
support
afternoon.
gonna back
To
that
flight
hardware
level
now?
322 for flight to level 340.
And they were saying something in the Discord about turn on the developer mode, and you can see what's going on. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if there's a button to do it, but if there is, I want to kind of try it and test it and kind of see. I suppose I can do it now. Okay, let's turn it on. See what it says. Altitude. Got about 19 minutes before top of descent, so I'm not too concerned about that. We're expecting runway 30. Moza software is turned on. Let's take a look at it. So here's the Moza software. Is there a developer mode in here? Experimental, miscellaneous. Experimental, here's the builds, about us. Goodson Technology? What the hell? What's that? Here's the updates, errors, preferences, proxy. I don't see anything about developer mode. That's firm. Oh no, that's presets. What is this? Oh, device manager. Okay. Now I don't see anything about developer mode. At least I don't see a button you can just hit for developer mode. Maybe there's like some key command you do to get into it. Yeah. Oh well. It's because of all the telemetry it's getting. I'm pretty positive that's what's going on. It's all the telemetry. I saw a place where it was telling you what's going on. Oh, I guess it's here. Here's what it's pulling up. The jet engine vibration is what it's pulling up now. I don't know if I can turn things off. Maybe that solves some of it. I don't know. G-forces. I wonder if I turn off some of the effects. If that would help. Pilot feel. I don't care about this, so let's turn that off. Main wing stall buffer. I want to keep that. Jet engine vibration. I don't care about that either. Turn that off. Alright. So now it's not getting any telemetry data. Let's see if that solves it. I'm not going to save the profile. We'll wait. We'll see if that solves any of this. Let's see the issues. The issues, it's definitely there. See that snapping? That's not me doing it. That's G-Sync trying to smooth it all out. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Flying Butter Pants. I love the name. Can confirm lots of snow and wind along Lake Michigan right now. Lots of snow as well? Lots of snow and wind? Interesting. Let me see. Can I get a Lake Michigan webcam? Let's see if you can look on Lake Michigan. Alright. What we got going on here? Oh, I don't want that one. Chicago cam. Alright, this is what Chicago looks like right now. Times Square. Downtown Chicago. Well, it's the same one.
Los Angeles Center, November 113 Delta, 121,000.
Lake Michigan coastal webcam map. Alright, what we got going on here? We got Chicago. Link it. 20, that's today right now. 20 knot crosswind, or crosswind, 20 knot gusting up to 22, really? Oh, here we go. Max speed 26, wind direction 273. Temperature is minus 13. Wind chill is 13 below. Jesus. Yeah. That's what it looks like right now. I don't see any snow, but it's also in Chicago, so... Like if we picked up here, this is what, Evanston? Yeah, Evanston. No, that's broken. Northwestern University. So dark, so dark. Can't see anything. What's this one? Chicago Field Museum. The same one. I suppose I could look at the highway. Let's see, what do we got going on? Sorry. I live near Grand... Oh, do you really? Grand Haven? I'm a mile of Lake... I'm a mile of... Oh, from Lake Michigan? Really? A mile from Lake Michigan? I'm 50 miles from Lake Michigan. Give or take a mile. Give or take a mile. Alright, top of the ascent's about there, and that's going to be in about 12 minutes. So let's start preparing for the arrival. Runway 30. 30. I'm not sure if we'll do 2 flights or 1 flight today. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling when we come on in, what time it is. I don't want to go too late and then tick off the pets. I also like stepping away while I feed the pets. If that's disrespectful. 209. We'll do 210. That should be fine. All right, there we go. That's it. Ready to go. Let's see. Look at west shore of Michigan, around Holland and Grand Haven. Storm Dakota, welcome in. You get a membership today from Captain. From Tap the Captain. Let's see, which Captain says, use my Velocity 1 yoke on a few flights with the 738. Not bad. Nothing compared to the Moza, but works well. I'm loving it. And I was a primary and Airbus B pilot. Yeah, it always takes... Going from like a stick to a yoke or vice versa definitely takes a lot of practice. Like I just, it took a while for me to get used to the Honeycomb Alpha when I switched from my Thrustmaster TC8 stick, and then I got the Honeycomb and I was having fun with that blast, and then I decided to swap on over, attempted to swap on over to the WinWing side stick for whatever reason. I think desk space. We'll expect Enzo Hotel 4, runway 30, FedEx 1839 Heavy. I'm not sure if I understand what I just said. I don't understand what I just said. Yeah, I did. Cool. Storm said, I flew from Paris to Dubai. Really? And then Dubai to New York. Jesus. Yeah, so I tried getting back into the WinWing, like into the side stick, so I got the WinWing. My biggest complaint with the WinWing side stick, I have two. The build quality is phenomenal. It's really, really good. The rudder, you know, the what's it called? The motorized, you know, vibration. It's a gimmick, right? It's not anything amazing. It just vibrates. Nothing crazy. But it's a well-made device, and it's really good pricing for what it is. Very good pricing. My complaints with it, I have two. The first is the hat switch at the top. I don't like that it's deep. I like them raised. So I feel like I was always having a hard time trying to click the right button with the D-pad on the inside with the hat switch, right? I was having problems with that. The second, and this is a minor complaint, again, both of them are both minor, but my second one is the fact that the travel, there's not a lot of travel with that stick. It means you gotta give it a lot more, or sorry, you gotta give it you gotta be less sensitive with it to move the plane. And that takes a lot to get used to. It takes an awful lot to get used to. Hamdi, thanks for the subscription. Welcome on in. That, again, that's the very minor complaints out of my system. or out of that
Southwest 3703. Contact Oakland Center 126.9er.
Center on 126.9 Southwest 3703.
That's the stick I have, and landed the A320. Either it's a hit or miss. Yeah, I tried. Obviously the biggest thing for me is this: I'm not used to a side stick, so it's gonna take a while. When I had the AB9 for that little bit, 20 hours, whatever it was. Part of it was just my hands not in the right, my arms not comfortable. It's not in the right spot where I'm used to controlling. And the thing is, when I'm using a yoke, I'm still left-handed. I'm still flying left-handed. It's no different than the stick. It's just that the stick is in the right spot. And I do want to experiment to see if I put the stick in a spot where I normally would hold my arm, can I control it better? But now that I have so much travel with the Moza, I think it's going to be even harder to get used to it, honestly. Sorry, my nephew has been learning how to build a PC. So he transferred his case over to another case, and he's been having all kinds of technical issues. Mostly because of my, well, not mostly, but some of them my fault. It's, so I can recommend hardware to anyone, right? The problem is, if you recommend hardware, you also need to know what hardware they have. And I built his computer, but I forgot the hardware he has in there. So I was thinking about my system now, which is through 4 generations newer than his. So they changed sockets and whatnot, right? And so I forget that. So I had him buy, I recommended parts for him to buy. Some of them didn't fit because of his old generation. And I was like, son of a gun. And then some things I just forgot. I didn't think about. So he had first bought a new graphics card. And I failed to realize that, is there enough space in that case he had? That's where this all started. So he bought that new graphic card, and it didn't fit in his case. Like, it fit in the case, but he couldn't close the side panel. So he's like, well, should I just get a new case? I'm like, yeah, if you want to do it, give it a shot. So I recommended a case. I recommended AIO. I recommended, what was the other thing I recommended? There's something else he got. He kept the motherboard and RAM and CPU and all that jazz. Maybe it's just that case and AIO. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But then I, obviously I forgot that he's using a 9900, so it's the old 1200 socket. P2 says, running around for chores all evening. Jesus, P2. Gotta get you back into the cockpit, P2. Gotta get you back. Gotta get you out of the weeds. I don't know if there are weeds in Stardew. I need to launch back into Animal Crossing. See how my town's doing. I gotta check the hotel again. I've been thinking about, like, maybe resetting my entire Animal Crossing. I just don't know if I'll use it played enough. You know what I mean? That's my thing. I also need to just delete. So I've been, okay, so ever since a few days, it was like a day or two after my surgery, my last surgery, almost 2 years ago now. I needed to find something that I could do while I was in the hospital, recovering, right? So I found a game called Monopoly Go. Never spent a single real penny in the game. It's all been just the in-game money, right? Never paid any money on it. But I've been playing that since. Every morning, I played. Every single morning. I've only skipped it maybe 5 times in the morning. I need to stop playing it. I need to uninstall it and just stop. It's wasting my time. It doesn't do any harm. I'm not spending money on it. And I only use it for 5-10 minutes, whatever it is. You know, I do the daily challenge and stuff, and then, you know, good to go. I just need to, I banked a bunch of my dice rolls, and then I save it for when there's like the big money stuff. And at one point I had like almost 20,000 dice. Now I'm down to like 3,000 I think today. And I was like, maybe I'll just kill all the dice and then that'll get me enough to stop playing. But then I'm like, I don't want to die. I don't want to go so low on my dice. Again, I just need to uninstall the game. I'm not addicted to it. It's just part of my routine in the morning. I'm a very big routine person. Very big. Captain says, I see that the MD-11 is definitely a lot of fun. You take up the landing with it. Was a lot of fun and felt stable and heavy, not light with like some other aircrafts. That's the thing. It's interesting that you can feel the weight of an aircraft in the sim. It's very weird because there was a game that came out a few years back, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you played the previous Assassin's Creed game, the difference is substantial. So the previous one is Odyssey. In Odyssey, you're all about nimble and quick, fast pace. In Valhalla, since it's you know, around the Vikings, it's about brute strength, just brute strength. And I felt it the first time I, you know, used my weapon in that game. I felt the strength of the weapon, the weight of the weapon. It was so weird. And how to explain, like, you can just feel the weight. You can't feel it, but you feel it. It's such a weird dynamic. And the same thing is with this plane. You can feel the weight of this plane compared to other planes. It's so weird how it all works, but it works. P2 says, oh man, just life so hectic. Haven't played Stardew in a few... You haven't played Stardew in a few days? Really? No flight sim, no Stardew. Jesus. The grind is real. I don't know. Like I said, I oh man, I gotta start descent. Crap. Profile. Is that gonna start our descent? There you go. Cool. Missed an important step. All right. So arrival. We're gonna drop down to 4,000 feet, and this is gonna be a straight in arrival. ETA for arrivals is in about 20 some odd minutes. About 20 odd minutes here. Not too bad. So we'll see what the next flight is in APL. If it's a quick one, then, you know, no problem. But if it's a bit, you know, if it's a longer one, then we'll just do the one stream today and call it at that. Tomorrow I might be able to stream tomorrow. We'll kind of see how it goes. Wednesday's gonna be up in the air, depending on if we get to go see the movie or not. This whole week's, I think, is gonna be a little bit up in the air. Alright, descent's looking really good. Let's see, Captain says, was finally able to install Lilac liveries on the 738. For some reason, OC3 would not see it. and then all of a sudden it was there. Oh, really interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I know Misty Apex worked on some concept arts for the MD-11. So now we're just waiting to get the MD-11 livery here. It's going to be awesome, the Flylex livery. I think we were going to do the black one. I think it's Misty Apex was kind of settling on. But I think they're busy doing, you know, with work and whatnot, so no pressure at all. We'll get it when we get it. Not concerned. I think a lot of people have just been busy the last, you know, month and a half or so. It's just a lot of people I've talked to. They're just like, oh, I've been busy, just life doing things. You know, Irishman's taking care of stuff, and P2's dealing with some stuff, and Jay's dealing with some stuff as well. I'm sitting there like, another day. It's another day for me. Nothing to worry about. It's interesting when you go from a state of constantly busy to not really having a lot of stuff to do. It's, I don't know, I always found it weird. Like I was never really busy, I guess, dealing with my health stuff, but I was always tired. And now I'm not tired. Now I'm just lazy. I always imagine that if I ever were to get to a stage like I am today, where I actually have energy and stuff like that, that I want to go do things. That I get stir crazy being in the house. But then I got more addicted to flight simming, and that's kind of hurt. The whole want to leave the house and do things. I'm not motivated to go anywhere. I'm only motivated to go to work to make money. If it wasn't for the money part, I'd stay home. Captain says, yeah, I've been busy for sure. Big changes at work. Barely able to get on the sim. See, that's part of... So, this is a big thing that I've been contemplating for a while. And I've talked about this in the past, but... so I'd stepped down from my previous position a few years back. All because of health reasons, right? I felt like in the position I was at, I was dependent on too heavily. I need to step down to where I don't have that responsibility. And I know my work ethics, which is, if I'm able to even remotely get close to doing it, I am going to do it. And that's not going to allow me to heal properly. So I made a very big decision, end up, obviously getting the pay cut to step down, but it's still financial money. It's still, better than I thought it was going to be in terms of the pay cut. Wasn't as bad. But I'm finally in that place now where I feel healthy. I feel like I can get back into maybe the same position I was at before or something else and still have energy, right? But there's one thing that I will not allow it happen, because I did this when I was much younger, and that is I will always keep workplace balance. I will always keep that. You couldn't give me enough money to dedicate my life to work. I don't do anything amazing with my out of work time. I'm streaming flight sim. This isn't anything amazing, right? I'm not changing the world. Hopefully it's making some of y'all, not be bored when you're doing whatever you're doing. But I'm about, for me it's all about living the life you have. And I've lost some years because of health issues. And I'm not willing to give a job my life if I feel I'm not going to benefit from it. Right? I given my back to a previous job. And ever since that, my back's been screwed up. I'm not making that mistake again. I'll give the company when I'm working there. I'll give it when I need to give it. I'll do my job. But you're only gonna get the time you are paying me for of work. Once I leave the location, that's it. You know what I mean? I don't know why it does this. I think it's a bug. There we go. Good landing. Hopefully it's a good landing. Kubi, are you on the ground yet? You do a lot of directs. Let me see if we can find Kubi. There's midlife Rex right behind us. 3 nautical miles. Work-life balance is something that a lot of companies talk about, that they offer, but when it comes down to it, I don't think they actually truly allow it. If that makes any sense. Now, there are going to be times where, yeah, you're going to need to work a little bit more, right? You get people out, or, you know, busier season, whatever it be, right? You're going to end up working more. Get some overtime. Like, I've just been through that last couple of months here. You know, these streams have been different with times and whatnot because, you know, working more hours at work due to the need, right? But I know there's an end. I know there's an end. And that end is near for me now. Like, last week I worked probably the least amount of hours I've had to work for a while, not counting Christmas week and New Year's week. And this week will probably be even a little bit less than last week. And the week after that, about, you know, so I'm going to go back to working a little bit less, which is good and bad, right? You work less, so you make less money, but you also have more time to enjoy your life, more of your hobbies. So you got to find, obviously, make the balance of where you're making enough money where you can pay your bills and have a little bit of savings, but also then enjoy your life. And some people aren't in the situation. You know, I could be in a quote-unquote a lucky luxury situation because I don't have to work, you know, a full-time and a part-time job to pay for my life, right? But some people can't. Some people don't get paid enough to where they can't do that. And again, I'm lucky that I don't have to worry about that. I work at a place where I make enough money to pay the bills. I get enough hours to, you know, to make it all work out. So I'm very fortunate in that regard. Says, I hear ya. I'm lucky enough to be 3 years away from early retirement, and it's looking like something that will happen. And responsibilities have increased. Yeah. So 3 years of grinding and hope, it's all worth it. Yeah. If you're getting close to retirement or early retirement, you put in the time now. You know there's an end game, right? And that's all that matters. You know there's an end game. Yeah, I've worked where I didn't see an end game. You know, you end up putting in so many hours, and I didn't see that there was going to be an end game. And it's devastating because you go home and you're just physically and mentally exhausted, and you don't want to do anything, right? You don't want to enjoy your hobbies. I definitely know that when I was going through like a really bad stretch at work, where I was just so physically exhausted and tired that I'd come home and I didn't want to, you know, at the time, do any of the hobbies, any of the games I had. I didn't want to play any of them. I was just so tired. I'd turn on TV and stare into the abyss, right? Go to sleep, get up, do it all over again. It was an awful life to lead. Awful. I never want to do that again. And I won't do that again. I refuse to. I refuse to. But again, I'm fortunate that I can be in the situation that I am in. Okay, we're supposed to be between 10 and 9 now. But I want to keep an eye on the MD-11 because sometimes it doesn't want to follow the descent path properly. Looks like we're doing all right now. 976. Yeah, so it's looking fine right now, but I'm gonna keep a tight eye on it. Tight eye on it.
Southwest 3703. Descend, maintain 2,800. Altimeter tree 005.
I don't know if I'm sold on GSX still. Like, I installed it. I installed it Saturday night. I didn't use it, but I installed it. So the first flight I did was Sunday. Well, it was only 2 days worth. Again, I don't know if I'm still sold on it. It could be part of just adjustments. I've been away from using it so long that I've been so used to just pushing the button and pushing back. Now I gotta wait for things to connect, wait for the pushback, you know, disconnect that, walk away, do this. It adds on a couple minutes to the flight. It's not really even about the added time. I don't know. Like, I don't dislike it. I definitely don't dislike it. I'm not saying it's not great or anything. It's a good software, but I just want to know what, like, I want to know I wish there's more customizable. What's it called? Customizability
Heading tree 10.
with it.
Intercept the tree 0 localizer.
That's I just wish. I wish there's just a little bit more.
Tree 10, intercept the tree 0 localizer. Polaris 906.
I also want to know what pushback express thing is. I want to know a little bit more about that.
Polaris
The
906.
S2 crew one.
Airport is at your 12
SI
o'clock
has the entourage, which has a pushback, which is I've never got to see.
Polaris 906.
So I'd be curious to see how that one is in action.
Polaris 906.
I'm just surprised there's not as many pushback.
Runway tree 0.
There's not a lot of things that offer just ground pushback, ground ops pushbacks. GSX, entourage apparently now, and then the FS2 crew.
Polaris 906.
Outside that, you have, you know, a couple freeware ones you can use, and then the one from Aerosoft, which is a dud. There's just not a lot of options there.
2 Polaris 906.
Wicked loves GSX. It's a good piece of software.
13,800 feet with the number.
It's just, for me, I don't use it enough. I don't use enough of the features to keep it, to want to always keep it on.
West 3903.
Like, it is a resource.
Altimeter
It uses a lot of resource. Not as much as it used to. They done a better job at optimizing it.
Altimeter tree 005.
But it just seems so weird just to use it for pushback.
Tree 0 Sky was 3903.
And like FS2 crew, I think theirs you can do voice pushback, which is cool. And entourage as well.
3060.
The pushback toolbar you can't.
800 feet.
The pushback helper you can't. And Aerosofts you can't use voice. But like, I don't know if I'd use voice enough to justify it being a cool feature. Would it be a gimmick just for that little bit and then go back to just having automatic and menu button pushing?
NYSHN heading 270.
Like, I barely ever talk to ATC nowadays. It's only when I'm streaming. I'll make that conversation with ATC. When I'm not streaming, like, I don't talk to ATC. It's all auto response, like it is right now, mostly now. Remember when I first started streaming, I would talk all the time. You know, whether it was SI, FS HUD, or Beyond ATC. And then I got lazy.
FedEx 1839 heavy. Turn left. Heading 270.
270. I'm just going to continue where we are. We'll be all right.
Vectors for the approach.
We send down to 6,000, where we're at 6,000 now.
Turn left, heading 270. Descend, maintain 6000. FedEx 1839 heavy.
I'm guessing we're going to get another descent here in a second.
Southwest 3703. Airport is at your 12 o'clock 9 miles. Report the field in sight.
Field in sight, Southwest 3703.
I think, at least.
Southwest 3703.
Maybe not.
Cleared visual approach.
We want to be
runway 30.
at 4,000 here. So we got to drop 2,000 feet.
Southwest 3703.
No, we're only at 27. I got to start
Contact
this
Oakland
descent.
Tower 127.2.
Contact tower 127.
I got to go manual here.
Southwest 37.
We're coming in too high.
FedEx 1839 heavy. Descend, maintain 3,400.
3,400.
Descend, maintain 3400. FedEx 1839 heavy.
All right, we got a lot of planes in the San Francisco area.
Approach, November 314 Golf Victor, 11,300
Is
feet.
Midlife Rex out there showing off in his A400? The freaking rocket ship.
November 314 Golf Victor. NorCal approach. Altimeter tree 005. Expect the visual approach runway.
I see the runway right there. I see the airport runway.
Altimeter 3005. Expect the visual approach runway 30 November.
We're definitely high on this
314 Golf
approach. See if we can get us dropped down a little bit faster. Not like crazy high on the approach, but enough to
Southwest 3060.
have concerns.
Turn right. Heading tree 10. Intercept the tree 0 localizer.
Victor. Turn right, heading tree 10. Intercept the tree 0 localizer. Southwest 3060.
All right, now we're getting closer to where we should be at. You can see the magenta circle there, the diamond.
Skywest 3903. Leave fist heading 270. Expect radar vectors for
All right,
visual approach.
now we're looking
runway
better.
30.
Leave fifth heading 270. Expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 30.
We are 14 nautical miles out. I need to go over here and switch us back to 15.
FedEx 1839 Heavy. Airport is at your 12 o'clock 12 miles.
Right there, field in sight. Altitude. Approach mode is armed. We have the field in sight, FedEx 1839 Heavy. Alright, let's go ahead and get the slats out.
FedEx 1839 Heavy. Cleared visual approach runway tree 0.
Oh shoot, did I turn the landing lights on? Yeah, okay. Whew.
Cleared visual approach 30. FedEx
Clear for the visual.
1839
We should
heavy.
capture the approach here in just a second. Okay, get that speed to slow on down.
FedEx 1839 Heavy.
Alright, localizer's captured, glide slope's captured as well.
17.2.
Speed's coming back.
Over to tower 127.2. FedEx 1839 heavy.
Flaps 15.
Open
Spoilers
tower,
are
FedEx
armed.
1839 heavy. Visual runway 30.
2500.
FedEx 1839 Heavy. Oakland Tower. Continue.
Continue.
Wilco, FedEx 1839 heavy.
Alright, let's turn off some of the nameplates so we can see what the hell we're doing.
FedEx 1839 Heavy. Wind 290 at 5. Runway tree 0 cleared to land.
290 at 5. Alright, so there should be a headwind for the
Runway 30
arrival.
clear to land. FedEx 1839 heavy.
Let's go ahead and get our gear down.
Oakland Tower, Southwest 3060, visual runway tree 0.
Flaps 28.
Oakland Tower. Continue.
Wilco, Southwest 3060.
Southwest 3060. Wind 290 at 5.
I wonder if me turning off those settings actually helped with the Moza software. I'm not panning around, so maybe it might have. It's still there, not as bad, but I think that's G-Sync actually helping more than anything. All right, ready for autopilot turn off. Autopilot's off. My aircraft. I think we're just gonna do the one flight today, folks. We're just do the one flight. Starting to get a little hungry. Alright, a little high on the approach. Just bring that nose down. Gently. I come in either too low or too high in Oakland. I can never get the right angle of attack at this airport. The water throws me off so much. $500 call. Get a Southwest holding for us.
400.
Checked. I think it did help though. Like it's really smooth still.
Approaching minimum.
Minimums.
Minimum 200.
Landing. Yeah, we're high.
100.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
I know.
Glide
40.
slope.
30.
Sync rate.
20.
Whoa.
Glide slope.
10.
That issue's happening again. What the hell? That's twice in a row. 903 on landing rate.
Runway tree 0.
Why is it doing that?
Runway 30, line up and wait. Southwest
That's the second time it's done that. It like, almost like it loses speed, but it's not. You can look at the indicated airspeed and it's fine. At least we didn't, it's 903 on landing rate, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna get dinged on that one. Son of a Bob.
FedEx 1839 Heavy. Exit next available.
I don't understand why it does that. Is that, maybe that's a known bug.
Exit next available taxiway. FedEx 1839 heavy.
It's gotta be a known bug. That's twice now it's dipped off. The wing just dips to the left.
FedEx 1839 Heavy.
Maybe I just need to control the airspeed on my own?
1.75.
Maybe there's a bug with the FMS speed?
Ground 121.75. FedEx 1839 heavy. See you.
It's so weird. Hopefully it's not that bad of a score. It's minus 903, so we're gonna get dinged a heck of a score, but again, this is not my fault. I don't think it was my fault. Again. It's just the wing wants to dip. It's like it's stalling. But it's not stalling. Like, we're still above the stall territory. But then, the indicated airspeed drops down, then it picks back up again.
Alaska 1247, at gate 14.
It's like the exact same thing as last time. This time was a little lower, though, so I could at least control it, and I was ready for it. Could we get a 237? Very nice. Has anyone else seen this issue? Anyone else, like, seen it from other streamers?
Alaska 1247.
This is the only plane I've seen this happen with. Oh, I should have gone to the next one. Oops. I know FedEx parks, they park right over here, so I'm not gonna get taxi clearance. Alright, yeah, so Moza still is doing his thing. I turned it off, and now it's a little bit better. A lot better, I should say. Not perfect. Maybe it isn't. Maybe Moza isn't causing any problems. It's so hard to freaking tell. So here we are in Oakland. You can see there's a lot of traffic because these planes haven't moved yet in real life. 1.2 on the G's, very nice. So that's what I was saying yesterday. Cargo traffic is all dependent on the airport, time of day, and the day itself. If you'll see traffic. Again, in like an hour, you try to come here in Oakland, and these planes are probably long gone. They've moved on. And then you got new planes coming on in later in tonight. We're gonna take this first one right here. What's this say? Number 6? Number 5? Number 5.
Pushback approved. Face west, southwest 2348.
Alright, taxi lights are off. Alright, we got an hour and 15-minute stream. That's not bad. That's not bad. We'll take it. We'll see what our score was. I'm not looking forward to looking at this one. At all. Not my fault. I don't blame it on me again. I'm willing to own up if it's my fault, but these two landings that this happened, it's not my. I can't blame myself on it. All right, external power is on. Down here. Engine cutoffs. All right, we'll check our scores here. I'm not looking forward to this. All right, we'll start with NewSky. Don't ding me too hard, NewSky, please. It's gonna be bad. Oh, suspended. Oh my god, because of 3.45, and we lost $14,000. That's baloney, though. Wing strike. This is not my. I don't think this plane is gonna be good to do with NewSky. I don't think this plane is ideal for NewSky. That's unfortunate. Pilots, I gotta reinstate myself. Why are my scores dropping so much because these stupid issues? Restore.
Southwest 2348, runway 30 taxi via uniform, whiskey.
That
2.
sucks.
All
Alright, let's see what APL was like. APL said what? I'm gonna look on the stream again. We're gonna look again, like we did last time. 95. Yeah. 902 in the landing rate. Yeah, it was not good. The G's were good.
Alaska 1247.
Dang.
Contact Oakland Tower 127.2.
What's 98.7? 3 flights in for the week. What's my schedule like? Is that the? I gotta generate a new schedule. All right, we're not gonna do that on the stream. All right, let's just real quick. Let's look on the stream here. Let's see what if we can go back far enough here. Alright, I gotta up the thing here. Alright. So I'm watching the indicated airspeed there. We're way above it still. We're at 154, I think. 154, and then right around here. Watch the air tape, or the airspeed tape there. Look at, see, it just drops off. It just dropped off. You see, it just went wild there. It's not my fault. There's something with the plane. I think we're gonna pull the MD-11. I'm gonna pull it from NewSky until we get an update. Because that's 2 flights now. We lost a lot of money on. I deleted the last flight, but I got suspended on this one just because the MD-11 just kind of banked off. So I think well, maybe we'll keep. I don't know. We'll talk about it in Discord, I guess. We'll see what we want to do. But that's gonna be it today, folks. Appreciate y'all for coming in on today's stream. Koopy, thanks for flying along with me today. As always, much appreciated. Midlife Rex there. Again, we'll see if we stream tomorrow. It would be a little later than today's would be if I do tomorrow. But again, it's all going to be depending on how work goes and if it goes smoothly and I can get out of work on time. So we'll see you all for the next stream. Have a great rest of your Monday. Have a great start to your Tuesday. And hopefully a great week going forward. Thank you all for coming in again. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.